All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Kingdom of the Kael Isles. Yes, this is my custom D&D campaign, where the people below you, below me, not below you. If there's people below you, you may want to check into that. Were crazy enough to allow me to have their characters' lives in my hands. So I am still 100% exhausted from the charity event I ran over the weekend. So if I sound a little bit weird or frazzled, that's probably why. And wow, that was perfect timing. Hi.
Hello.
So we just went live.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Real, superbly good timing. Like literally right as we go live, you show up. So that's cool. So that's our Dragon Knight.
Yay.
He's
Hello,
probably going to
hi.
be useful.
What?
So, to bring people up to speed who may not be familiar with the campaign, these guys all got together through a couple different ways and reasons. But most recently, they have been battling the very oppressive Eladrin Magocracy, which is basically right now trying to either enslave or purge the entirety of the world that they know. So they've been looking for allies and weapons to arm themselves against this oppressive government. And they've recently found themselves in a sunken dwarven city that they've been slowly kind of bringing back to life in the hopes of going to the very lowest point of the city so that Fade can get a special item that he hopes will help him to be able to craft a magic weapon that has been blessed by his deity. Other than that, most recently, they finally were able to activate enough of these arcane generators in this city to open up the door to the building that was called by the locals that they found out, I believe, is called the Temple. My brain is frazzled, so if I'm using the wrong words, feel free to correct me, my lovely players.
Okay.
And when they got in there, the doors closed behind them, and a really big stone thingy woke up, and that's where we left them that last week. So, I think we should start off.
No.
Fire.
I'm gonna get my knife.
Probably by, let's say, rolling for initiative. I think that's, that would be
Yep.
a very...
That's about right.
Alright, so, and I should probably roll for initiative for, Big Stony here.
-2.
What?
Lovely rolls I've been missing so much of. Wow.
Nice.
You guys will find this really funny once it comes up. Alright,
Afraid to ask.
Avok, what you got?
16.
Alright, Kata, what you got?
15.
Not bad. Elaine, what you got?
Rolling right now.
Alright, Fade, what you got?
18.
You guys didn't do too bad. So just waiting
23.
And Elaine's on 23. Wow. Double digits, buddy. That's impressive. So, as you guys are walking in, again, this very large statue starts moving and comes to life. And it looks really, really foreboding. The statue itself is carved in the shape of a very, very large humanoid with made entirely of stone. It looks to be wearing like stone armor, and it's got these massive stone fists that just kind of readies itself for combat. And it starts to take a swing, but Elaine is faster. So Elaine, you're up first. What would you like to do to
Oh,
this monstrosity?
God.
Charity, did you roll a natural 20?
No.
Oh.
No, nowhere near.
Good.
Of course you didn't.
The creature goes at initiative 0, so
Okay.
Got a negative.
Of course you rolled in that one.
That's just
God.
hilarious.
So
That
it's
was really
just
impressive. So, anyway, Elaine, you're up. What do you want to do?
So it's just one big stone thing.
From what you can see
Or is
right
it-
now, yes.
Okay.
You're in a very, very large room, though. The room
Oh.
itself is about 150 feet long. It's about 50 feet wide, and the ceiling goes up about 60 or 70 feet. It has kind of an arc to the top of the ceiling. The creature in front of you stands about somewhere between 40 to 50 feet tall. So it's just this massive, massive creature.
Sounds gargantuan.
Yeah, it seems bad.
Because I was about to say, is it huge? Is it what's that?
It's roll a bag. So, what would you
Roll
like to
bag.
do, Elaine?
I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a big stone thing. Wait. I keep forgetting I leveled up in Dragonite. I have stuff.
Yeah.
I have flaming dragon whip. I don't even know what that does. Hold on. I gotta go pull up the Dragonite stuff. I've never. I didn't do
The
anything
basics
with it.
of it's a reach weapon.
Yeah.
I believe it uses a D6 damage
Dragonite.
dice.
1.3. I should have wrote all this down because I usually do, but
Probably.
I got really lazy. It's not gonna be in this. I have to pull up the warlords. Well, I'm gonna hit it because I know
Okay.
I probably can't wrap the whip around it because it's gigantic. I'm gonna try and hit it with the dragon whip
Okay.
tail.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's a wait. Because it's a whip now, and I don't know how those work. Would I still use my dexterity for that?
It is a finesse weapon, so you can use either.
Okay. So dexterity plus proficiency. I forgot how to play the game.
No.
13. I rolled a 13.
All right, so you sit there and you fling this dragon tail dart at it, and it just king. Doesn't even really leave a mark on the creature itself. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
This whip is leaving a very good impression on me. How close am I? Am I like in melee with it?
In order to use that, you'd have to be within 10 feet. So,
Pretty much, kind of, sort of.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's finesse, but it's not light, is it? I couldn't use a bonus action to attack again, could I?
No, not with that.
Okay, I said.
It's a two-handed weapon too. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm done. That's it.
All right, so that brings us to Fade. Really big thing. You guys watched as Elaine use this brand new weapon that you've never seen him use, or I think you've seen him use once, and he kind of spinned it around his body and then flung it at it, and it did nothing. No scratch, no dent, nothing.
Just warming up.
So when it stood up and came at us, did that doorway by its feet change at all? Then I will raise my holy symbol up and cast blindness on it,
Okay.
which would be a constitution save for you.
All right. So you guys watch as darkness leaks from his holy symbol. What's the spell save DC?
15.
He makes it.
Okay.
So as the darkness goes, you can see it starting to cloud the creature's eyes. The creature kind of glows with arcane energy, and it dissipates. Anything else you want to do?
It's 40 feet tall, you said?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna die.
I spread out. I'll move 30 feet away from the rest of the team so that it doesn't kill us all in one swoop, and that'll be it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the creature itself extends its hands, and you see these waves of arcane energy flowing off of it. And everyone but Fade, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Totally good at those.
It's please go
Oh
ahead.
god.
We're all gonna die.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we'll start with Kata. What'd you get?
12.
All right, Elaine.
2.
Avok.
20.
All right, Elaine and Kata. You can't use reactions. Your speed is halved, and you can't make more than one attack on your turn.
Okay.
In addition,
Oh.
you can either take an action or a bonus action, not both.
Yeah, it's slow.
Avok, you start feeling these kind of almost like arcane chains and weights weighting you down, and you just shake it off completely. Your other two compatriots are not quite as lucky. That brings us to Avok.
Okay, that's how you want, you little bat, you big motherfucker. I'm raging. Do I have frenzy on? No, what? Fuck it. Frenzying right away.
All right. So you guys
Oh,
watch Avok.
By the way. Ah!
Avok starts going just red in the face and runs forward with his great axe.
So it's X coming right up. 10.
Miss. You sit there and you take a swing at it, and again, it just reflects off the incredibly thick armory stone visage.
Let's try that again. Okay, I rolled the same fucking thing.
So 2 swings and still doing absolutely nothing to it. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I think I used up everything. Bonus actions and actions.
All right, so that brings us to Kata. Would you like to?
Okay, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire high enough to the high enough that it won't affect
Okay.
any of us smaller creatures. It needs to make a dexterity save.
What's the spell save DC?
15.
Really? All right. It uses one of its legendary resistances and makes a saving throw.
Darn it.
Legendary resistance. Shit.
We're gonna
So
die
you
again.
see this fire start to appear and coat the creature itself, and the creature just goes, "Rrrr," and you see just this flare of arcane energy, and it all dissipates.
I'm going to back up to where Fate is, and since I can't transform, I end my turn.
All right. I don't know what that is for. All right. Next up is him, because got to his
No.
end. So he moves forward a little bit, not a whole lot, because Avok's right in front of him, and he brings a giant fist slamming down on top of Avok. That's a really awesome hit. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
All right, he tries to swing at you again. How about a 19?
That'll hit.
All right, so the fist comes down. You take 19 bludgeoning damage,
Have that.
and I need to...
What's 19 halved? 10,
9.
8, 9. Gotcha. Okay. Take a look at that.
And it doesn't get back its slow ability. And that ends its turn.
Should we have made
Oh yeah, at the end of your turn, Kata, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Yes, I should, and I passed 26.
Yeah,
Nice.
that works. You are no longer slowed. You can feel kind of the arcane weight on your body lift, and your whole body just feels lighter. That brings us back up to Elaine. Elaine, what would you like to do?
Well, I want to freaking hit it with this whip, so I'm gonna try again.
Go for it.
I rolled the same thing.
That's really impressive.
Oh my god. And I'm freaking, I guess, And I'm slowed. I can't do anything else, so that's it.
Make a saving throw again.
Go ahead and make
Yeah.
your saving throw.
I rolled the same thing again!
So you're still slowed. You can feel these arcane like shackles on you, making all of your movement difficult. At the end of your turn, after you took a swing at him, he's going to take a swing at you.
Where did my dice go?
He swings down. Does a 16 hit your armor class?
Let me grab my papers. Hold on. 16, yes.
You take 19 bludgeoning damage as he slams his fist into the ground right in front of you, knocking you over. But you get up immediately, so you're not prone.
Oh, I'm gonna uncanny dodge that, so there's gonna be 9.
Okay. And 2 of you guys get to take half damage whenever you want. Damn. I'm gonna have to be more evil with this guy. All right.
Please don't.
What more can you do
Fade.
besides go and bash us?
I would like to move a couple feet in between Katja and the rest of the group and cast Beacon of Hope on all of us,
Damn.
which will give us advantage on Wisdom and maximum healing. And then
Nice.
I will
Hey,
move backwards the remaining 20 feet or so.
So you guys watch as Fade, seeing an opportunity, lunges forward, clutching his holy symbol. You guys see these waves of deep indigo light wash over all of you, and you start feeling smarter and more. Your will is increased. Let's call it that way. And then he runs away like a little chicken. Probably isn't the worst idea in the world right now. At the end of your turn, as you end it,
My dice is on the other.
you watch the creature itself react with blinding speed and make a mad dash towards Fade.
Oh, joy.
And that's all he does. Legendary actions
Okay.
are awesome, guys.
oh,
We're gonna see more of that nowadays.
Next up is going to be Avok. He's now 30 feet away from you.
That's alright. My speed's 40, so I'm all good with that. Anywho,
Avok, not even missing a beat, watches his giant foot go overhead as the creature just moves with blinding speed. Avok spins on his heel, comes forward with an axe, I'm assuming.
3 attacks now.
Go for it.
Alright, better. 15 on the first hit.
That's a miss.
This guy's got damn it. Actually, why is that surprise me? It shouldn't.
It's a giant
it's
thing
made of stone.
You're right.
Natural 20 on the second hit.
That's a
Nice.
miss too. It's actually immune to roll damage.
Nat 20.
Don't you dare, because I know my axe is magical. Alright, I'll do the natural 20. Give me a sec. What am I? Right, D12. Duh.
You can roll the other attack if you want.
Actually, yeah, good idea. Let me knock that out real quick. Yeah, forget that.
Okay. So you come forward with your first attack, and it seems to just get deflected off of this stony hide. You come forward with your second attack, and you not only hit into it, you dig into the creature pretty badly. You rip it out and go for a third attack, and just can't seem to quite find purchase with that third attack. What do you got for damage?
11 damage. I've rolled a 2 on my damage die.
Oh,
Do you have brutal critical?
Not till next level.
Oh, okay. So you said 11?
Yeah, 11.
All right, so you notice that the magic that normally causes wounds to continue to bleed with your axe doesn't seem to have an effect on this, as there's no blood inside of it.
Of course.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's it.
All right. That brings us to Kata.
how far away from me is it?
Roughly about 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to cast Briar Fire again in the same spot. And
Okay.
even if it still doesn't work, I'll still be using up legendary resistances.
Tis true.
What's the spell save DC again?
15.
It makes it save this time by dodging it.
And now that I have my bonus action, again, I'm going to use it to wild shape into a giant elk.
Giant elk. Very cool. So you guys watch as Kata first extends her hands, and again, this purplish pink flame shoots out, and the giant creature, moving much faster than its size should allow for it, dodges out of the way. You then watch as Kata kind of stands there very regally, and you start seeing these antlers start protruding from her head, and she falls onto all four and becomes bigger and bigger and turns into this majestic giant elk. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's my turn.
All right, that brings us back to Stony. Stony's going to move up to Fade. Ooh, he better check first. Nope.
He doesn't like the beacon of hope.
And try to smash Fade. 16?
Negative.
I am rolling so awesome right now. 21, there. Finally a double digit.
Fine.
You take 19 bludgeoning damage. As the first fist comes down, and you kind of dodge out of the way, but the second fist comes and just hits you square, knocking the wind out of you pretty bad. That is the end of Stony's turn. That brings us back up to Elaine.
Well, he's more than, 15 feet away from me?
Yeah, he's about 30, or he'd be about 50 feet away now.
Beacon of Hope still active, Fade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that at the
That's
end
a
of my
concentration,
turn.
isn't it?
Yep.
That's good.
I guess I'll move my little 15 feet toward it,
Okay.
and in my turn, and make this freaking save, and hopefully not roll like 2 2s. Freaking.
Now remember, you have advantage on this save.
Okay, I rolled a 18.
You feel the weight on your arms and legs lift, and your entire body feels lighter.
Thank God.
All right. Anything else you want to do with your turn? No, that's the end of your turn.
That was the end of it.
Fade, you are up.
So that all happened. I would
Yeah.
like to. When Avok hit it, he did damage. Does it look like it's stone? Like, am I thinking that this thing is made of stone? Just from where? I mean, it's in my face hitting me.
It looks like it's made of stone. It's animated stone, so it's not going to act like just regular old stone you see on the ground, but you get a feeling that it's all stone. The pieces that Avok chipped off when he hit are just, mundane stone.
Well, I think I'm going to try to dispel magic on it to see if I can unanimate it,
Okay.
because that's what I do. How would you like to proceed?
We're going to have a contest to make a spell attack roll versus what are we going to use?
Ooh.
I guess that makes sense. All right, so what'd you get?
23.
All right, so you sit there and you start trying to use your dispel magic to deactivate the creature itself. This magic is far too powerful for a dispel magic to deactivate or anything like that. However, as you sit there, you do start to see somewhat how the spell was weaved together, and so you do your best to try and remove some of the aspects of the spell to try and weaken it a little bit. Roll me 2d10.
Nice.
I accept that. 2d10. Total result is
Ooh.
1 plus 3 for 4.
All right.
And then I would like to Eladrin Misty Step the fuck behind it, over towards that door.
That's kind of cool. Okay, so you guys watch as Fade sits there and kind of concentrates. You see the creature kind of move a little bit, and what looks almost like an expression of pain on its face. Then it shakes its head, and then Fade kind of looks up at it, waves his hand, and winks out of existence. And you see him appear 30 feet away. Fade, you get the idea that Dispel Magic trick probably is going to have diminishing returns on it. Anything
I'm done.
you want to do with your turn? Okay, cool. You can move more if you want. 'Cause you
Absolutely. You're right. I'd like to move 30 more feet towards that door.
Okay, you're basically able to get to the door at that point.
Okay. Then that's where we will end.
All right. Avok, you're up.
Alrighty. Let's see how this goes. Better. I like that. 23 on the first hit.
Definitely a hit.
Awesome. Let's do the second hit. 20 on the second hit.
Another hit.
Alright. And a 12 on the third hit.
Miss on the third. Go ahead and roll damage.
Thank you. Alrighty. Roll high, you damn die. Thank you. Plus 1, 11, plus 4, 15, plus 2, 17. Okay, 17 on the first hit. 17 again on the second hit. Nice.
All right, so you guys watch as Avok again charges forward. His first attack cleaves into the ankle of the creature. He rips it out, flips it around, goes in, he dives deep down into it again. His third attack, as he lifts it up, he goes and it just barely glances off. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'm just going to be up in this guy's face, just chopping away at his legs.
All right, he turns to you and tries to slam you with one of his fists. 13.
That's me.
That brings us to Kata.
How far away from me is it?
You didn't move last turn, right? So let's say 50 feet.
Okay, then I run straight toward it because I have a movement speed of 50 at 60, and I'm going to ram the hell out of it.
Go for it.
Nice.
You're a moon druid, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yep. So these are magical, and I don't think that hit 16.
It doesn't. So as you run forward and you slam into the creature, it kind of moves towards you and it kind of knocks you back a little bit. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
All right. Seeing that happen, he goes and tries to take a slam attack at you. 23.
Hits.
19 bludgeoning damage as he slams into you after you kind of bounce off his shin. He turns around. Wow, I cannot roll. And he's thinking Avok's the bigger target, so 2 slam attacks against Avok. 29.
It's me.
And a 29. Wow, both of them. So that's technically a total of... Because it's 19 damage twice, and then you half it, so it's 19 damage total.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, and it ends its turn. Elaine, do something cool. You drag ignite you.
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna ask for it, okay. Let's see.
Really?
Because I have my bonus action again. I can do things.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yes. So I'm gonna use my 2 draconic power and do the thing. Because I don't have anything in front of me because I'm upset. About those last 2.
Do you want to do the attack, or do you want to transform?
I thought I had to be transformed to do the attack.
Nope. The only difference is if you're transformed, your dragon attacks score criticals on 18, 19, or 20. But you can do dragon attacks without transforming.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I gotta decide. Do I want the half damage automatically, or let's see. Okay, I'll use 1 point to transform,
Okay.
and then 1 point to do tail slam.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Uh, 17.
Just barely hits, actually.
Hey!
God.
Now, because it is a gargantuan creature, you can't move it, but you still can knock it prone and do damage. So go ahead and roll your damage. Do you know what the damage is?
Let's see. 1d8. Which one of these is a d8? I don't roll those very often. Not that one. Learning new abilities with Elaine. And then a dragon die. 1d4. Is that it? 1d8 and 1d4?
Let me look.
Because the damage die, it says it's 1d8, and then I have. Does it do the additional dragon die damage too?
Yeah, so it'll do the normal damage for the attack plus 1 dragon damage die. So the normal attack would be 1d8 plus 1d4 because you're transformed. And then you would also do an additional d4 because of the damage die. So 1d8 plus 2d4.
Okay.
And give me the dragon die damage separate.
Alright. So 6 on the whip damage.
Okay.
And then I rolled a 4 and a 2.
So 6 on that. So as you sit there and you guys watch as Elaine starts running forward and starts spinning this chain with a wicked looking like dagger like weapon on the end of it, you watch him sit there and flip it around, and it actually wraps around one of the creature's legs, and then you watch as Elaine rips the creature's leg out from under it, and it falls down, knocked prone.
Nice!
Well done.
As you do that, you notice that when your dragon tail hit the creature seemed completely oblivious to it, but when it flared with your draconic power and burned it, that the fire actually did some damage to it. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Elaine?
Nope, that was it.
All right. That brings us to the creature, actually, is going to, after getting knocked down, is going to stand up using one of his legendary actions. Fade, you are up.
I'd like to stone shape a hole through this door.
Ooh. That is interesting. I'm actually not sure what that would do.
If it's thicker than 5 foot, nothing really.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. For an Eladrin, I have horrible dexterity. So the total on this roll is 8.
Oh
Yeah.
Yes.
no! Not again.
13. You take 16 lightning damage as you do make a small hole in the door, nowhere near as large as you were hoping, because as soon as you make it about halfway through the door, this bolt of lightning comes out and strikes you really, really hard and actually interrupts your concentration long enough that all you have is about a 1 foot in diameter hole going straight through what looks like about a foot to a foot and a half of stone opening into a chamber.
Would he have to make a concentration save
already-
technically?
Yeah, you did
he
take
already
damage,
did.
so.
He already did.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me know. So do I see anything through that hole?
Do you have dark vision? Yes, you do.
Sure do.
You see the far wall on the other side going down. You get the idea it's probably stairs.
I yell, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" And then I'll be done.
Okay. With that, the creature itself is still going to try and take a swing at Avok. Despite the fact that he would take a swing at Elaine, but Elaine's too far away. 17 hits you?
Just hits me.
Alright, so 19 more bludgeoning damage as it smashes into you. And then Avok, it's your turn.
Alright, give me a sec. Okay. Get some lucky shots. Cocked. There. Cocked again. For God's sake, stop cocking.
Is that what she
Okay.
said?
Get out.
Okay, first attack is a miss, since I
Okay.
rolled a 5 on it. Second attack is also a miss. Third attack is a 17. I believe that just hits him.
Yes, it does. So you guys
Okay,
watch
so
as
third-
Avok, after getting smacked by this fist, takes one swing and it just gets kind of knocked back. Takes another swing and just misses completely. You can see the anger welling up in his eyes as he comes for his third and final attack that dives in and does...
Give me a sec. 18 damage.
Not bad at all.
Nice.
All right. The creature is still showing very little signs of really any sort of engagement. Looks furiously in your direction, but it's Kata's turn.
Would I be flanking this creature with a buck?
I don't really use flanking mechanics in this.
Oh well. Worth a try. I'm going to ram it again.
Go for it.
God damn it. I miss.
All right. So again, you try and run into this creature, and it's just so firm and stony that every time you run into it, you just end up just getting deflected off of it. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
As a bonus action, I think I'm going to use a third level slot to heal myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys watch as Kata, after kind of getting deflected off, kind of concentrates and she glows with this pale green light. And then it's Stoney's turn.
It's maximum healing.
Alright, so that's 12 HP back.
It's way more than that.
Beacon of Hope.
You get max healing, so whatever the maximum number
Oh!
was.
Okay.
20.
Let's clear. It's 23 plus 24.
All right. The big stone giant moves away from Avok. You can take your opportunity attack.
Sweet. That's a 20 to hit.
Definitely a hit. Roll damage.
Nice. Let's see. Give me a sec. 1,
Math
2,
is hard.
4, 13.
All right. So as it starts moving away, Avok, you take a swing at it and chip off another piece of it as it moves over to Elaine.
Oh, hi.
22. Does that hit your armor class, Elaine?
Maybe a little bit.
And 29. You take 38 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 19.
Can I have it again with Uncanny Dodge?
Sure.
Okay. So it was 19, half of 19 would be what, 9 or 10?
9, yeah.
That's a
Damn
pretty good
you,
combination.
38 damage, 9. 9 is what he actually takes. I'm being too nice to you guys, is what it is.
No,
Hey.
it's not. No, no.
I'm still not rolling high enough. Okay, that ends his turn. Elaine, you are up. This guy is like right in your grill.
Well, I'm gonna stay like 10 feet away from his.
Well, he's already within 5 feet, so if you move back, he'll take a swing at you.
Well, bonus action, disengage.
Oh, damn you.
Nah.
Okay.
We're gonna try and hit him with the whip.
Okay.
The whip. Okay, that's an 18 natural plus.
Yeah, definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
There you go.
Okay, so. Oh, that was great. And I still get the extra damage for the transformation, which is going to end. And then the.
And give me the transformation
Just the-
damage separately.
Okay. 6 transformation, and then 2 from the whip damage.
Okay, so again, as you sit there and throw the dragon tail at it, it seems completely immune to the damage of the dragon tail itself, but the fire that explodes when it hits seems to do a little bit damage. You can see the creature now. You can start seeing a little bit of the stone on the upper form is starting to kind of chip off, like it's having a little bit more difficulty holding its form together. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm gonna use what little bit of movement I have left to, first off, be on the ground and back away as far as I can from it.
All right, it will take an opportunity attack at you.
No, it won't. I
Oh no,
disengage.
you disengaged. Never mind. Ignore what I'm saying. However, at the end of its turn, it has a burst of speed and moves, and actually goes behind you. And then it goes to Fade.
Rude.
What would you like to do, Fade?
Oh, it moves to me, or it's my turn? Okay, it's my turn.
No, it moves behind
after
Elaine, and
I
now
see,
it is your
okay.
turn.
I would now like to
You're a
cast
little too far away for it to move to you.
Detect Magic
Okay.
to see what kind of vibes are making this door kick my face in.
You see very similar to the kind of arcane currents you saw when you attempted to, I can't remember if it was Stone Shape or something, one of the doors into the generator room. Same
Yep.
kind of thing. You hit an arcane current and it exploded.
And then thank you. And then how wide was that hole that I made?
About a foot in diameter.
I'd like to reach my arm through,
Mhm.
touch the backside of the door and cast light on it.
Okay. It works.
And do I, just kind of peeking, do I see any buttons on the wall or anything?
You actually can't see the wall because,
Okay.
light doesn't bend that way. But you can see, a very nice stairway going down.
Okay. I will then turn around and get ready to run out of the way when it comes at me.
Okay. At the end of his turn, big old fist comes down to hit Elaine.
Rude.
22.
Yep.
19 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Unconscious.
Oh
Ready?
Yeah.
no!
Unless I forgot to do something on my character sheet, I already lost HP.
All right. Next up is going to be Avok.
Okay then. Right. If I saw him go out there hey, don't you walk away from me! And yeah, I'm just gonna do my usual.
Go for it. Really? The barbarian is hitting things with its axe? What are thoughts?
Oh, I thought as usual was talking diplomatic to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's not really my. Regardless, 22 on the first hit.
Definitely.
Alright, second hit is a 20 on the second hit.
Definitely.
Okay, third hit is a miss. God damn.
Alright.
Alright. Give me some love damage die. 13 on the first hit. And 18 on the second hit.
You said 18?
Yeah.
All right, so your first hit comes in and it digs in deep, and as you pull it out, you can see like arcane energy starting to leak out of the wound that you created. You go around and attack from a different angle, and again sink in very, very deep, and more of this arcane energy is starting to leak out. You can see pieces of the face are starting to crumble and fall off. You can see like shoulders and pieces of the armor are starting to crumble off. It looks like it's not doing very well. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
Kata, you are up.
How far am I from it?
20, 30 feet.
I'm going to charge right at it, and hopefully I will hit this time.
Go for it.
Okay, bring it back up. Ah, 22.
Definitely. Go ahead and roll damage.
So that will be 14 plus an extra 5 damage because I went 20 feet straight at it. And it needs to make a strength saving throw.
What's the DC?
14.
Makes it. So you guys watch as Kata just comes barreling at the creature, rams into it hard enough that chips of rock go flying everywhere. The creature itself has to step back a little bit to avoid being toppled over by the sheer force of it. It kind of shakes its head, moves towards Kata, and just brings a fist down, or 2 fists down, on her head. 15?
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And a nat 20.
Oh boy.
Hold on a second.
That's kind of.
So the nat 20 would be 26 plus 6 would be 32 for the nat 20, and then 19 damage for the regular one.
So total?
51.
Oh god, there goes my second wild shape of the day.
So you guys watch as it comes down with its first attack and kind of stuns Kata, and then its second attack comes down and smashes her, and you guys can no longer see her, and then it slowly moves its hand up, and you can see Kata in her humanoid form, just kind of lying there a little bit dazed from just the sheer force of it.
So 9 carryover.
Still not. That ends its turn. Elaine, I needed a saving throw, please.
Alright, yeah, I gotta make those. Where did I put my dice?
Dice are your friends.
Well, not the one I threw across the room earlier, but that's a fail. Today's just not a good day. These dice don't like me today.
All right, that brings us to Fade. What do you want to do?
Can I get to Elaine from the door?
Like 20-ish feet from you.
I will get there and I will heal him for 24, 31 points of healing.
Yeesh.
So Elaine, you guys watch as Fade runs over, again gripping his holy symbol, and he places his hand on Elaine's chest. Elaine, you feel a rush of healing energy flood your system, instantly waking up and feeling significantly better than you have. Anything else you want to do, Fade?
All right, now, thank you.
All right. Seeing Fade run up, the creature's going to try and take a swipe at Fade. 18?
Negative.
All right,
19.
so you see this giant fist coming down. You start to raise your shield to defend yourself. You realize it's a useless tactic and just dive out of the way as it crashes into the ground. Avok, you are up.
Okay. First attack is a 21.
Definitely a hit.
Alright, the second attack is One off from a critical. Nuts. Anyways, that's a 19 plus.
Yeah, it hits.
Third attack. Come on, please hit for once. Oh, fuck you.
Well, 2 hits is better than none. Go and roll damage.
Though I want my all 3. I'm greedy sometimes.
In this case, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your party's not too upset with that.
9 damage on the first hit. And better. Why is math suck? 17 damage on the second hit.
All right, so you sit there and once again just making these deep carvings into the legs of this creature, seeing as that's really all you can reach. You can see now a lot of its figure is starting to fall off in large chunks. You guys are having to kind of dodge past these like softball-sized chunks falling off of it. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'm good.
It's going to try one more swing at Fade. 23.
Yeah, fine.
19 bludgeoning damage as it finally slams into you.
Oh, God. Okay.
How about you?
5.
Yeah.
Beacon of
Okay.
Hope still active.
Beacon of Hope is still active.
Okay.
Kata, you are up.
All right. I'm going to see.
It's looking pretty rough in front of you.
Okay. Let's- Weapons. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Flame Blade. Did do that right? Yeah, bonus action.
Okay.
And that misses. But as my action, I can cast a cantrip, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip. And that's a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
8 piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Thank God.
Oh god. I am going to I try to slice it into itty bitty chunks.
Okay. So you guys watch as Kata, the first thing she does is create this flame blade in her offhand and takes a swing with it and just barely misses. And then you watch her stick her arm out and these vines grow from her wrist and turn into this giant thorn whip. You watch her whip it around and go and just hits again and again and again and again. And after she's all done, the creature's just kind of standing there and then falls into rubble around all of you. All right, that ends that creature. When that's over, you guys look at the door that Fade was exploring before, and you see another giant bolt of electricity shoot out of it at just about nothing since there's nobody around. Looks like something might have been damaged. And it does not open. So what would you guys like to do?
Stepping on my rage. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna need a rest at that one.
I'm going to spend a couple heals on myself real quick and go back over to that door.
Okay.
Are we doing a short rest?
It's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
I don't mind taking a short rest.
Okay.
That I don't heal.
Okay. You guys take a short rest, burn any hit dice that you want.
Oh,
Look
really?
at my durable feet, how that works.
So is a hit dice healing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's healing.
It's natural healing, but
Gotcha.
it's beacon of hope.
For game purposes, Beacon only lasts a
Because it
minute.
takes an hour for you to do it, I would say Beacon of Hope would end before you'd be
Okay.
able to use it. So, good try, but no.
See some more.
You never know. You gotta ask, do I get my dragon power points back on a short rest?
You do.
Okay, because I can't.
And
find
I
the
get
note.
my wild shape back. Yay for that.
So
I have all
that's-
the stuff written down, but I forget where I wrote it. Okay.
Alright, I'm back up to full.
All right.
Oh, fuck. I'm dropping everything.
Well, it's up to hit dice, but that's fine.
I only had to use 6 to get 1 away from full. No big deal. Kata, when we did that last generator, did you use your control water spell or did I?
I did.
Have we rested since then?
I
Like a long rest?
I don't believe so.
no, we didn't take a long rest.
He
Crap.
came straight here.
Okay.
That's why I went down so early. I had like 29 HP.
So that door, now that I have some experience with it and my detect magic is up, can I attempt to stone shape it again to make a hole big enough for us to pass through?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation gets a +2. 4. Grand total of 11. I never do good on these checks. Ugh.
So as you're sitting there and trying to control the stone shaping spell in a way that it's not really designed to do, you're trying very hard to avoid any arcane circuits or anything like that. You unfortunately fail.
Good.
And go ahead.
One thing, regardless, if I see it's not working, since I know the weave here, could I put the door back together? Could I fix it? The hole that I made? Like if I see it's not going to open up, can I try to close it?
You could try. It's more than just putting the stone back together. It'd kind of be like cutting through drywall and accidentally, cutting through power.
Yeah,
lines. Theoretically, you could put the drywall back, but that wouldn't fix the power issues.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I do need a dexterity saving throw from you, Fade.
Oh god, not again.
It's fine. 11. 19 more? Oh, good.
Depends on what I actually roll. 15 plus 14 is 29.
Sweet.
29 lightning damage. However, after doing that, there is a hole large enough, since you knew what you were expecting, there's a hole now large enough for you guys to fit through one at a time.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well,
I
one way to get things done.
I drop down, kind of heal myself as they start to go through.
Okay.
Now I'll spend those heals.
When you guys go through, how long does light last for?
An hour, I
Indefinitely.
think.
Oh yeah, I think it. Yeah. So you guys step through, and you can see the other side of the door is glowing with this very bright indigo light. You can see these steps descending much further than the light actually reaches. Even those of you with dark vision, the stairs go down further than your dark vision can see. But one of the things that you guys notice, like you've been traveling around this city now for a few days, and you've seen a lot of different architecture, but even compared to the rich part of the city that you guys were in, this place is immaculate. Not only that, you can see these amazingly intricate bas-relief carvings on both sides of the wall. And as you walk further, you notice that these carvings are not just artistic, they look to be telling some sort of a story. As you guys, are you guys gonna walk down, or what do you want to do?
My
We're
axe
just
is
gonna
out.
stay here. Like we got there, we're totally fine.
We're done. We don't need
Yeah.
to go any further.
So as you guys go deeper and deeper, you see this story that none of you would be aware of. So you guys are watching, and the story basically plays out like this. You see, oh, I have to look at notes really quickly here. Sorry, guys.
So good.
Is there any ancient dwarven paired with this story?
So I've got to make sure I'm not going to contradict stuff that I'm going to tell you eventually later. So yeah, I want to make sure. Okay, so you guys see what looks like armies fighting each other. And the figures themselves are small enough that you can't really tell race or anything like that, but it's obvious there's a very large battle. And above the battle itself, you can see 9 figures kind of floating in the air above. The unique thing about these bas relief, until you guys get beyond the point where you the light spell goes, you notice that they used different colored stone in there to actually give the bas relief itself color and depth, and each one of these floating figures had a different color to it. So as you're seeing, did you have a question?
Do any of these stone colors match the one remaining sticky stone I have?
They do not.
Okay.
So as you guys are descending, you're seeing this what looks like a rather significant war. You can see there's some points where it depicts naval battles, some points where it depicts battles. You see one point where these large winged creatures are coming down, breathing fire and ice over different ones. You can see tiny little figurines that, again, you can't tell race, sometimes riding on these large winged creatures. And in every single one of the carvings, you can see these 9 figures just kind of floating there. And as you guys get about 100 feet down, you suddenly notice that one of the figures one that is golden in color actually starts moving in the drawing and moves down slightly closer to 2 warring armies, and you see a bolt of light come from it in another drawing, hitting one particular being that now you can see as the drawings keep going, this being becomes more and more important. You can see corpses laying in front of the being and all these things. And then you see the other floating beings there kind of moving around, trying to separate the golden being from the creature down below that it somehow tethered itself to. And finally, another being, this one a dark, a deep kind of indigo color, comes down and does a very similar thing with a creature on the other side, and you eventually see both of these beings kind of meet, and you see multiple pictures of them fighting in different places and nothing ever happening. And so finally you see each of the other 9 or I guess other 7 beings going down and connecting with different figures on the ground, and eventually you see this final area where they've separated themselves into 2 groups of 4, with one final being kind of on its own. And then right when you get there, that is the image that's carved on this incredibly elaborate door. What would you like to do?
What color?
What?
What do you think this means, Spirit?
What color is the one that's not part of the two groups of four? Is it my favorite color?
It is not your favorite color.
Nice.
It is actually... green. So the one set apart is green.
Let's investigate this door, see if we can find a way to get it open.
As you look at it, the door itself is unlike any door that you've seen. Even the massively large doors you saw previously, these are very, very different. It doesn't look... since your detect magic would probably be fading right about this point, one of the things you notice is there hasn't been any arcane kind of currents going through the wall. And as it fades, you look at the door, and the door doesn't have any arcane currents in it either. As you look at the door more, you can see what looks like two depressions where you could, with bars in them, where it looks like someone shorter than you are could very easily attempt to just pull the door open.
Look at Avaka, grab one side.
Okay?
No problem.
Go ahead and make me athletics checks.
Can I help too?
There's nothing for you to grab onto, like they're just barely big enough. I mean, you could try grabbing on to one of them.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check as well.
Okay,
Or
athletics?
Yeah, strength athletics.
Okay.
So, Faye and
16.
Avok, what'd you guys get?
10.
10, okay.
25.
25, and then
16.
Kata.
16.
With Kata's help, like, Avok comes over, just takes one and just starts pulling, and you guys hear the sound of iron on iron scraping. Fade is sitting there and just pulling and pulling, and then you suddenly feel this pressure on your waist as you look at Kata just yanking on you as well. And between the two of you, you're able to open the other one. The first thing that you notice is the door itself is probably one of the only parts of the city that looks like it's been damaged by the water somehow. It's massively rusted. It was very, very difficult to open. You get the idea that when it was in pristine condition, it was probably very easy to open. But there's just tons and tons of rust. It opens up into this large circular area. The area itself, Fade, you recognize. Around the wall, you see 9 different symbols. A few, most of which you recognize. I'm not sure if you know every single holy symbol, but you do find yours specifically. And then in the center, you can see a very large, intricate anvil, and you can see the anvil itself is somewhat glowing. You can see a little bit of arcane energy kind of coming out of it. And resting against the anvil, you see this incredibly elaborate hammer. You can see dwarven runes carved onto it. You can see the handle itself kind of glows with an arcane energy completely separate from everything else in the area.
That makes me happy.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I go right up to the thing, I look at it, and I look around the room. Is there anything that catches my eye? Specifically, I'm looking for, like, light sources or material, or, like, stoking a fire.
Mm-hmm. You do see underneath each one of the 9 symbols that kind of circle this place, there is what looks like a forge. But it's very different from the forges that you're used to seeing. It's obvious where you would put the fuel for the fire. You can see that there's some bellows there, but you can also see another part of it where you can see what looks like handprints on the forge itself, which, even with you not being like a master smith, the first thing that comes to mind is that's a forge. It gets massively hot. Why would there be a spot to put your hands on it? Like, it just seems like a remarkably stupid thing to have.
Okay. I go put my hands on it.
As you, there's nine of them. Which one do you want to put your hands on?
Mine. Indigo, holy symbol,
Okay.
dark lady.
So as you go over there and you place your hands on them, you notice that the spots for your hands are too small for your hands. But as you place them there, for whatever reason, you're not really sure how or why, they just kind of fit. Nothing happens.
Perimeter sweep of this room. I'll use my last deck magic, see if I can get any help.
You can see the arcane currents that you didn't see going through the hallway and everything. You do see going underneath to the anvil itself. A lot of it. More than anywhere else you've seen in the entire city.
Okay.
One other thing that you see that's kind of weird is you can see kind of this like residual magic. Like, there's no magic actively going through it, but each one of these forges has kind of a current that goes to the anvil, but none of them are currently supplying any power or anything.
I go up to the anvil.
Mm-hmm.
I try to pick up the hammer.
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yep. I had my detect magic. Would I know it's going to be killing me?
Not this time. This is a little bit different. You'll find out in just a second why.
13 total.
Okay. You take. Where's my
1 billion damage.
nowhere near. You take
999.
10 bludgeoning damage. As you go to reach for the hammer, it raises up on its own and just goes and clobbers you right in the skull. And
Please
you
don't
see
do that
kind
again.
of floating there, and then as you watch it, you can start to see fingers forming around the handle. You can see an arm forming down, and eventually you see the figure of a dwarf. And this dwarf actually looks familiar to you. It looks to be the same dwarf you saw in your vision from the Dark Lady. And he's sitting there, or he's standing there, holding his hammer, and goes, "All right, I'll take the lot of you on, all together."
Wait, we are not here to fight.
Trying to take me bloody hammer. You're not here to fight.
There was no one here? I just wanted to look at
I'm
it.
bloody
Sorry.
here. How do you say, there's nobody here? I'm bloody here. You got a wee bit of a welt for thinking otherwise. Now, who the hell are you? And where's the king?
Oh.
We're going to need a minute to talk about this. You might have missed some things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
You are
Cause
not filling me with confidence.
Yeah, it's not good news.
And he kind of lowers it a little bit. He's like, if you're trying to trick me or something, know that I'm more than a smith. This hammer has been handed down generation after generation of my family. It's powerful, and I will unleash all of its fury against you.
I know what it is. I know who you are. I've seen you before.
well, it's
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm very well known in... Oh, I think they know me all the way to Kael Isle.
I reached down my mail, pull out the holy symbol again, and I've had some help.
And he kind of looks at you and he kind of motions like, get over here.
I get over there.
He raises his hammer in front of your holy symbol, and your holy symbol starts to glow, brighter than you've ever seen it glow before, and you feel kind of a bizarre energy kind of rushing over you. Oh, and I've been using the wrong sound the entire time. Well, we'll keep using this.
Yeah.
And very suddenly, you are surrounded in darkness. You have a single point of light creating an indigo circle of light about 10 feet in diameter. And you see him standing there with you, and he immediately flips his hammer over, slams it into the ground, and takes a knee, bowing his head.
I take my knee, as I customarily do, but this time I don't bow my head or close my eyes or anything.
Okay.
I stare at him. I want to see what he does.
So you start hearing these whispers and things like that. You can see movement outside of the circle of light that you're in. And then you hear something very, very surprising. In the dwarf's voice, you hear words coming out. Words that you can't understand. Words that you've never heard before except in this place.
Can I try a thing
Well,
that I've been wanting to try? I want to try to cast tongues,
Ah!
which lets me understand what I hear, but I can't read it.
Make me a spell attack roll.
Son of a...
You got
Because
this.
this is a little bit beyond what even that spell is designed for. What do you got?
24.
So as you sit there and you hold your holy symbol, the words and phrases that he's using still sound alien for a little bit, but then you pick out a single word. You're like, wait a minute, I know that word. And then another one, and another one, and another one. And then you hear an answer from the darkness, and you understand it. You've heard...
It's my girl.
You've had the Dark Lady speak to you before, but she's spoken to you in a language that you could understand. You've never been able to understand her language. You immediately, as she starts speaking, you immediately start to feel an overwhelmingly sharp pain in your head as your mind tries to comprehend the ancient divine language of the gods, that so much information is contained within single words that it starts to overwhelm you. And you start to drop to one knee, and the pain is excruciating. You drop to another knee, and just as you're about to pass out, you feel a hand grip you on the shoulder and kind of steady you. And the weird thing about this is a male-clad hand. It's very rough. And as you kind of steady yourself and try to look through the pain, you see the dwarf sitting there looking at you. And he pulls out a holy symbol that you've never seen before. That you can't identify. It doesn't even look real, to be perfectly honest. It's just this weird shape. And as he holds on to you and touches the holy symbol, your head starts to stop pounding anywhere near as much. He kind of looks at you. He's like, you're not quite ready for this, lad. Just relax. And the words that you were starting to understand slowly fade away. And then he starts speaking again, and the darkness from the outside of this circle responds to him. And you see he never takes his eyes off of you or bowed in reverence. Like, he never looks outside the circle. And eventually you hear him say one of the few words that you can still understand, which has no direct translation, but the general gist of it is a combination of submission and the phrase "I understand." And as that happens, the lights come back on. and you are again in the forge, standing with him with the hammer hovering in front of your holy symbol. And as soon as all the lights return, you faint. You hit the ground hard.
Dad!
As soon as you hit, you're conscious again. You just kind of very quickly were overwhelmed by everything. And you see, again, a plate-clad gauntlet kind of reach down. You go, aye, looks like you could use a wee bit of help there.
Yeah. That. Yep. Mhm.
Tried to learn some things that you weren't quite ready for, huh?
Gotta start somewhere. Oh, God. My lady.
Perhaps maybe next time you'll understand it's not really for all of us to understand the God's plans.
Hey, want to be friends? Sorry I took your hammer.
Well, you're gonna.
We do have a lot to discuss.
You're gonna have to give me the short version of what in the hell is going on. I talked to the Dark Lady, and she said that there's something wrong with the Kael Isles and the world, and that you are somehow connected very, very deeply with it. So why don't you just kind of start somewhat close to the beginning. First of all, where are the rest of the dwarves? Where's the rest of this kingdom?
Okay, about that.
We underwater.
Yeah, this is currently a sunken city. The sunken city of Timdaro. We've been down here for a while now.
You guys
Eladrin
got
attacks.
Magics.
So we didn't win the war, did we?
No,
Unfortunately, no.
my people did. My former people did.
I know you, Eladrin. I actually know a few of your kind that were quite nice. Apparently, they're long gone.
I look at everyone else. See?
I'm
We're
still
nice.
figuring that out.
So what? I
Yeah, so-
understand. I was here during the war. We lost the war. That's fine. But the Dark Lady said that something terrible is going on right now. Something about extermination.
So yeah, I don't know what caused it. Someone said we were the cause of it, but the Eladrin have begun just that extermination and subjugation of all the other races, the young races, and we're on the run. We're trying to form a rebellion just to stop them, but we've been on the defensive. We're here because the lady that, she sent me down here. I'm hoping you can help me with that, but we need some help in this war because it's starting back up.
And he said,
Oh yeah,
oh, go ahead.
and we turned down all the generators, so I don't know what that means.
Well, that means you were able to get down here. You couldn't have done it without that. And he's sitting there, and then he kind of looks at you really strange and goes, how old are you?
Not that old. I mean, I am
Exactly how old are you?
I'm
200.
24.
18. Well, Tata wouldn't know
Well,
how.
the rest of you, this one here. Exactly how old are you?
211?
That's a little bit older than Eladrin in general right now. You would be like relatively old for an Eladrin. They have at least in this part.
Then not that? 111?
Okay, a little bit better. Thank you. So he kind of looks at you and he's like, how is your grandfather alive?
I don't know. I kind of was disowned when I
Was he
started
alive before?
toying.
When did he die? How old was he?
I don't know. Can I roll history
Sure.
to see if I know that?
Yep.
I feel like I would.
Yeah.
Oh.
I rolled a 7 to know if my grandpa's dead.
Remarkably enough, that's something that you would know. He did die when you were younger. In general, most Eladrin live anywhere to about 225 to about 275 maximum. Your grandfather was not in the military, and so, or not in the active military. Like he lived in the Platinum City his entire life. So he died close to like 263, 264. He was relatively old when he died.
What was his name?
You would know that.
Okay.
I don't believe you gave me that in your backstory.
Okay.
And so you see the dwarf kind of sitting back and pondering. He's like, that's what those bastards did. And they're paying for it now. I can't believe they did that. I guess it'd be the only way they could really...
What? Huh?
Listen, we don't have time for this. I'm not here. I mean, I am here, but I'm not really here.
Say what?
I exist because the gods gave me a purpose, and I've yet to fulfill it. But even the gods have their limits. My ability to hold this form is failing. I won't exist for much longer. Definitely not long enough to forge for you the weapon you're looking for.
Who can?
Well, I'm the last of me line. The war happened and I had me a son, but... And you see him kind of fight back emotion. Let's just say, he and I didn't see eye to eye, and he joined the Navy, and anyway, there's no hope of that. So, in order to forge the weapon that you're looking for, it must be done with this. And he holds up the hammer. This hammer has been tied to my bloodline for 14 generations. Only this hammer can forge your weapon. The gods will choose a new bloodline to wield it, but you're going to have to find that person. And so he gingerly places it in your hand, and as you sit there holding it, you realize the hammer itself is much lighter than you thought it was. You thought it would be, but at the same time, it feels incredibly kind of solid and heavy. There's a weight to it, and a power and a majesty to it that just seems unfathomable.
14 generations. We'll take care of it. Till we find that person.
You need to find a smith that sees more than the metal, more than the forge, that can see inside what he's creating. He'll be able to wield this.
Does he have to be a dwarf?
To be honest, I don't know. It's been dwarves for 14 generations because it's been tied to me bloodline. Now, who knows?
I attach it to my utility belt when he gives it to me.
You'll know them when you meet them, and so will the hammer. However, learning to wield this hammer is very different from learning to forge a blade. They will have to be incredibly strong and willing to put in an immense amount of work. Also, when you bind yourself to this hammer, you are bound. That is your purpose for the rest of your existence, as you can see here. Whoever takes this hammer and learns to use it, they're it for life. And so will their children and their children's children. This is not something to be taken up lightly. The Smith of the Gods is not a position that you can give up. It's incredibly difficult and demanding. But the rewards are indescribable. I wish I could help you more, but I'm fading fast. The best place in the world for your weapon to be forged would be right here, but I've got a feeling this place isn't going to survive much longer. You're gonna need this forge. It's helpful, it makes it easier, but it's not necessary. But to forge your weapon, part of your very being is gonna have to be fused into it. That weapon will be tied to you. When you die, it breaks. And if it breaks, you die. Chosen of the Gods is another life that's given, but you still, at this point, could refuse the calling. Once that weapon's forged, you're done. You're hers permanently. Until she decides that your work is done. Do you understand?
Oh, yes. I know what I must do.
It's a good thing I don't follow the
I wish
scouts.
there was more I could do. I'd love to be able to forge you weapons, but... And then as he says that, you guys feel this incredible tremor.
Uh-oh.
And the entire room shakes.
What the fuck?
Blasted all. And you guys see this massive boulder from above just come crashing down next to you guys. You need to leave now.
How?
Go. And he sits there, and you see him concentrate, and his hands start glowing, and he starts drawing designs in the air. Elaine, you recognize them rather quickly. Fade, roll a history check. Anyone else can roll a history check too, but you recognize them too. They're the star
11.
constellations from the dial, and he's showing you a list of them, a grand total of 6 of them.
I write them down.
He's like, use these, get the hell out of here. She's back, and she's mad.
Wait, what's she?
Run! And as he says that, he kind of fades into nothingness. Another... And
Let's get
more
out of
pieces.
here!
You can see the roof is starting to cave in on itself. More pieces of it are falling down.
Oh, God, I am not dying down here. Let's get the fuck out.
What would you guys like to do?
Get the fuck out!
Ready?
Go back the way we came.
Fade, what are the things? You wrote them down.
Yeah, I wrote them down. We have to get to the main control room at the top, which is the portal room.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't found anything else, so we
Go back the way
heading that way.
Go back the way we came.
All right.
Yep.
So as you guys are going, as you're climbing up, you see another one, and you start seeing the stairs themselves start to crack, and you see water starting to fill the lower areas coming around you. As you guys get up to the hole, you guys start moving through, and you see the water starts rushing faster and faster. The last of you gets through right as the water comes up and starts shooting out of the hole itself. It drenches all of you in this incredibly cold water. And as you guys get up, you feel another and you see a massive part of the ceiling come falling down, and you guys are bathed in the light from the outside, and you can see the outside through this rather giant hole. And I'd like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
The fuck are you throwing at us?
12.
Destruction. This is just the end.
Shut up.
12.
All right, so everyone got a 12. Kata, what'd you get?
12.
Fade.
Well, I roll the 1, so it becomes an 8.
Okay, Elaine.
I rolled the same fucking thing
Oh,
that I rolled earlier for my wisdom saving throw. I rolled a goddamn 2.
So what's
Is this again?
the total come to for you, Elaine?
2.
Oh, you have a
2.
+0. Okay. So Avok and Kata, like all of you guys look up and you see something absolutely horrifying. You see this massively large. Actually, look it up before I say the wrong thing. Da, 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 da. You guys are gonna like this. It's really cool.
I don't know if I am. What could you possibly be throwing us that is gonna...
What the hell?
this is the big shadow that Kata saw when we were.
The
Yeah,
city-sized shadow?
maybe.
So you guys see this massive tentacle slam into one of the shields and shake it, and then you see another one smash into the shield, and then you see this massive mouth, probably the size of half of the Platinum City, chomp down on the city itself and start ripping and shaking, and then you guys feel more of it. Both Elaine and Fade are completely paralyzed with fear. As you guys see another part of the ceiling comes crashing down, and you guys can see a more complete picture. This massive creature writhing with tentacles and fins, probably
he is like a bitch.
larger than anything you've seen, almost the size of the city itself, sitting there ramming into the city over and over again, attacking it with his claws and tentacles and all these things.
Come on, guys. Run!
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? Again, Elaine and Fade are paralyzed right now.
I grab
Okay.
one of their hands and run.
Yeah, you take Lane, I can take Fade. I'm strong enough to carry his armored ass.
Okay. So you just like firemen carry Fade?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
real quick-
can I turn to a giant eagle and carry Elaine that way?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you watch as Kata transforms into a giant eagle, picks up Elaine by the shoulders, and just flies off. Avok, go ahead and just make me a real quick athletics check.
Gotcha. Okay, that's that's gonna be a 26.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. So you guys run out of the building, and you guys come to the front of the temple, and you now can see the creature in its entirety. The largest creature you've ever seen. Just looking at it invokes waves of fear and feelings of hopelessness. Far larger than anything you've ever encountered in your life. What would you guys like to do? Elaine and Fade, you can go ahead and roll the wisdom saving throw again.
Nope. No.
Yes. 19.
So Fade eventually starts to break out of it as you see this giant creature. You're now starting to see parts of the shield keeping all the water back start to crack, and you can see pillars of water falling from the ceiling, crushing parts of the city. You can also see some of the taller buildings are starting to crack and shift under the weight. Every so often you'll see a large piece of a building fall near you. What would you guys like to do?
And keep running towards the control room.
You're
Okay.
flying.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
Kata, you can fly all the way up to that balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so you guys watch as
Okay.
Kata just flies up. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, Kata,
Okay.
using the Eagle's statistics.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It's a +3. Alright. 21.
All right, so you guys watch as Kata starts flying up, and this massive piece of a building goes flying towards her. She kind of barrel rolls out of the way, dropping Elaine for just an instant to avoid having him get hit by the falling debris as well. As he plummets a little bit, she dives down, gets him, and is able to make it all the way up to the balcony up there, which, surprising all of you, is still relatively intact. Parts of the railing are starting to fall away, but the balcony itself seems to be made of something stronger than the rest of these buildings. What about you two? You're still at the bottom.
God, okay, this just got more annoying. You're wiggling out of my arm, off my
Put
shoulder.
me down.
Jeez, sorry, I wasn't the one paralyzed.
I start running
Okay.
as he's talking.
Where are you running to?
Center of the city.
Okay. So you watch as soon as you put Fade down, he just books it.
You jackass!
Let's
Wait
go.
for me.
I need dexterity saving throws from both of you.
Gotcha. Dex saves. Okay.
They're running towards the control room too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
They will
21.
have an entire tower that they have to climb, though. So what
So
was it,
God.
Avok
21 for me.
and Fade?
6. Can I use a Misty Step to avoid whatever this is?
Sure. I'll let you do that.
I'll like to do that.
However, it's only resets on a long rest, doesn't it?
Short or long?
Short or
I just
long?
looked.
Never mind. So yeah, as you guys are running, you see another just massive piece of a building come falling down. Avok, you see it first and kind of jump out of the way. You watch as it crushes Fade completely. And 30 feet over, you see this flash of arcane energy as Fade is just sitting there going, kind of, making sure he's still all there. You still do take 8 bludgeoning damage as some of it hits you before you're able to pull off the Misty Step, but significantly less than had it actually killed you.
Let's
you guys
roll.
are both seeing there. Kata, you've just seen that happen. You're at the top with Elaine. Go ahead and make another saving throw.
Okay. Oh.
No.
All right. He's still paralyzed.
I'm
What do you
still-
want to do?
I nuzzle Lane and comfort still in eagle form.
Okay. Do you want to try and go get either Avok or Fade, or?
Yeah, I'll, hey. Can I, fly over, let one get on my back, and grab the other, with my talons, try to, get them there a little quicker?
Theoretically possible.
Well,
It'll be
wait.
rough on you.
Alright.
So if you want to do that, I'm going to need an athletics check from you, Kata.
Actually, if I can run faster, I'll, grab Fade.
Okay.
I have to run all the way up the damn tower.
Oh.
Fine, you got it.
I mean, and we
You
have
guys
enough
know
trouble
the last
climbing
time you
up it.
traveled up the tower, it took, I think it was an hour-ish to do it. So
It was hours, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I gotta take the
it's up to you,
risk.
Kata. You are in control. This is your character,
Yeah.
your bird.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Make your decision. I will adhere to it.
I'll grab Fade.
Okay, so you watch after Fade kind of sits there and he's holding his head a little bit. Fade, you feel some slight pain as talons kind of slightly pierce your armor around your shoulders, and you are taken up.
Ow.
Kata, give me another acrobatics check.
Okay. Alright, plus 3. 17.
All right. Again, you kind of fly and dart through the air. This time, a pillar of water erupts directly above you, threatening to slam both you and Fade into the ground. You kind of dive out of the way and make it up and land Fade up on the upper platform. Elaine, another saving throw, please.
No.
Avok, you're still on the ground. You start feeling the ground below you start to quake and crack. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Gotcha. That's 13.
All right. So from beneath you, you start feeling it. You feel the ground crumble below you, and you drop about 5 feet into kind of a sinkhole that's starting to fill with water a little bit. You get out of there as quickly as you can, but you still end up taking... Where's my other? There we go. 17 points of cold damage.
Jesus!
I rolled really, really high. It was 2d10. as the water instantly starts to give you a little bit of frostbite. But you're able to climb out. Right. Go ahead, Kat.
Oh, is Ava already there, or after dropping off Fade, can I go back for him?
You can go back for him.
Yeah.
So you see Kata coming down, grips you by the shoulders, starts flying up. One more acrobatics check from you, Kata.
10.
All right. So as you're going, this time you actually see an entire building start falling towards you. You get out of the way as much as you can, but it ends up clipping one of your wings, and you end up taking a whopping 4 bludgeoning damage, both of you. Because I rolled really poorly that time.
Wait, I took it too?
Yeah, because she was carrying you and got hit by a building.
Gotcha. Okay.
Remarkably enough.
Okay.
Elaine, go ahead and give me one more saving throw.
No, that was a 1.
Elaine is just...
Single digits.
You guys are now in the control room. What would you like to do? You can see some of the tables and things like that. The glass on the top is cracked now. You can see parts of the ceiling are starting to fall down. What do you want to do?
Where do we go to remake the portal? Well, they say this, but... Oh, God.
Ava's gonna go into the control and just start pressing buttons frantically just to see what happens.
Oh my God.
So Avok goes up and just starts pressing buttons. You see different symbols start lighting up and then deactivating, then lighting up and then deactivating. Nothing seems
I walk up to him slowly, grab him on the shoulder, and try to pull him backwards. That'll do. And then I pull out the notebook that I took notes in of the 6 symbols, and I type those in.
Okay. You see all 6 symbols are lit up, and you can see there is a green crystal that is now alight at the bottom.
Try to snap Elaine out of her fearfulness, and then let's go.
Okay. The portal is not opened yet.
Oh.
Avok, that one. Big green.
Sure. Going. I don't know.
And as
What
you
am I
do
doing?
that, you can see the circle of runes in the wall instantly kind of flashes, and you can see a portal very similar to the one that you guys teleported here from in the beginning appear there in the room below.
All right then.
I transform back to human, and I help grab Elaine and just go through.
Okay.
Yep. What?
So you guys are all going out. Who is the last person out?
Me.
Okay. So as you sit there and you turn around and take one last look at this city, and you see one of the tentacles burst through the shield and come directly at your face, and you kind of fall back into it. On the other side, you guys are back in the kind of underground cavern you were in before. You see Fade kind of fall back, and you see this massive tentacle come through, and then the portal shuts down, and it drops on top of Fade, severed, leaking this like oozy, purplish pink blood everywhere.
I try to collect all this shit.
Ew.
Really, dude?
Roll a survival check for me.
Well, that's not going to go well.
You're wisdom based.
13.
You're able to get a couple vials of the blood itself.
Actually, can I make a survival check?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm proficient. 15.
All right. So between the two of you, you guys get probably about 4 vials of the blood itself.
Yes.
Before the rest of it is just too contaminated. You take a little bit of the skin. You get about 10 pounds worth of the skin itself.
Ooh, nice.
And you're able to remove 2 of the very giant suckers from the tentacle.
Can I make a? I'm not trained in it, but I need to check to see if I remember any stories about this thing.
Sure. You could choose. You can choose nature or history.
Intelligence, regardless. I have no bonus.
Okay.
Can I make a check to see how badly I shit my pants?
Yeah, you're fine now. You were just a little bit overwhelmed by the creature.
17.
Um, Thinking back of stories that you heard, there's only one that really comes to mind. You were on a ship once traveling from Ordonye to actually going down towards Olgoth because your master was thinking about looking at bringing on a few of the gladiators from the arena down there into the fold to train you guys. And while you were traveling through a particularly nasty part of the sea, it was storming out, and the storm itself came out of nowhere. And so most of the grunts and everything were held in like cages towards the bottom of the boat and the cargo holds and things like that. And you overheard a few of the Eladrin just kind of chit-chatting, and one of them mentioned a legend of a terrible sea creature that could conjure storms and could do all these horrible things. And the only other part of the story that you could remember was what they called it, which was Kraken.
Ah.
Okay, well. I guess that's true.
Up until this point, you assumed it was just because sailors in general are incredibly superstitious. You assumed it was just a superstition because you could never even consider a creature that large existing.
Holy fuck! I didn't think that thing would exist.
Whoa.
Well,
It's real.
Yep. I assume you know what it is, Fade. I mean, you probably heard stories.
I don't know. I got a piece. I'll do some analysis later.
Yeah, Fade, you having never really spent any time in the Navy, you'd have no idea.
I know exactly what it is, though.
What is it?
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later.
You don't know shit, do you?
I have to confirm it.
Well, from now on, I'm gonna call this thing Kraken. Let's never deal with it again.
So, how we get back to the ship?
Well, from the looks of it, we're back where we started, so just get out of here and meet the guys up top.
Yeah, we don't really know specifically where that place was. Okay.
You have absolutely no idea. You
Well,
know the area that you're in right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were so deep that you were never able to see the surface. So you literally could have been transported to the other side of the world. You wouldn't know.
Yep. All right, let's head back up to the surface, see if they're there.
Yeah.
Or we could just kind of hang out in here if you guys want, whatever.
Fresh air. I need fresh air. I need out.
I'm done with this shit. I want to see sunlight. I want sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys take the climb. It takes you a better part of half an hour to get from the underground cavern that you're in all the way back up to the surface. You wander around trying to get your bearings because you've only been here once and a lot has happened since then. You eventually find where you're relatively certain that this is where you came ashore, but you don't really see anyone around.
If we can make a secretive camp, I can send a message to the captain, but I need to take a nap.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Since this is the first time you guys have been out, you notice that by the time you climb out of the ruins, it's like dusk. And this is the first time you guys have seen the sky in days. So the little kind of islet that you're on is large enough to go inward a little bit. You probably would want to avoid making a fire, simply because the smoke will be seen for miles. But you can find a place to camp.
Hey, Song, throw up a hut.
And Song, who's been remarkably quiet this entire time, throws
Somehow
up
made
Lehman's tiny hut.
Oh man.
So you guys are able to get a long rest.
All right. I sent a message to the captain. We're waiting for you. Back where you dropped us off. Where's our ride?
The only thing you get back is about 3 hours after you send the message, you can see on the horizon a very familiar sight.
I can't.
Their eyes.
As soon as we see it, I turn to a regular sized eagle just to get to them faster.
Sure. So you guys watch as soon as you guys start seeing that, and Fade goes, the plane, or the boat. Kata immediately transforms into an eagle and starts flying out. The rest of you guys have to wait for another about half an hour ish for a landing boat to come over. You see a few members of the crew kind of look you up and down. One of them sees that Fade's carrying a new item and goes, "Oh, is that what you came here for? Looks rather nice."
Yeah, and during this, I'm probably perched on the captain's shoulder.
Mm-hmm. So they bring you back, and the captain immediately brings you into his quarters. Kind of sits you all down. He's like, "All right. So, I guess there's really only one way to say this. What the hell did you do down there?"
Check this shit out. And I pull out all the stuff that we got. I put it on the table.
And he kind of looks at it and he's like, "This is impressive." One of the things that he's most impressed with is the map that you guys found with the constellations that moved on the track. He's like, "This is amazing." And then he finally sees what's on your hip. And he's like, "Where did you get that?"
The Soul Forge, We were there.
Is that what
No
we
big
came
deal.
here for? Is that your god's weapon?
Hey, you know any blacksmiths?
What?
You know any blacksmiths back on the... I need some help using this hammer.
Boy.
Sorry. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, I mean, we've got a few that you're going to have to start over from the beginning. You went there for a weapon. You brought back a smith's hammer."
Yeah. Things that... Hey, you're a captain of the seas. I pull out the skin in one of those suction cups. Do you know what this is from? I say it quietly so Avok doesn't specifically hear me.
And he kind of looks at it and he's like, "It looks like something big."
Yeah, like bigger than a city. Like that kind of big.
Captain, doesn't your Kraken mean anything to you?
It's something that you tell children to get them to go to bed. You can't tell me you actually saw a creature like that. They don't exist. No one's seen one in
You see these...
100 years? And even the ones who saw it, it's an old wives' tale.
It's not a wives' tale. I kicked its ass. You want some blood?
Yeah, no.
Whatever you're on, it's got to be something good. Did you eat some of the plants there? Those mushrooms, you're not supposed to eat them. The blue ones?
No, it was like a black slime. It was really gross.
Alright, as soon as we get back, I'm going to have one of the druids look you over. Aye, unless you have another reason to stay here, I think it's time for us to return to home camp and plan our next move.
Yep, sounds about right.
Alright, well, you will get some sleep. I'll have the crew take us there. Alright?
Yeah, just shout if you need us.
Aye. And that is where we are going to end it.
Yay!
And then ends that arc.
Yeah, sorry it's a little bit short tonight, guys. I am absolutely exhausted from the charity event this weekend. But
That's fine.
Fade has a new hammer that he can't use. And you guys got to meet a Kraken. I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
I kicked its ass. I kicked its ass, just saying.
So,
I got proof.
again, that's going to be all for us tonight. If you enjoyed anything today, I do run D&D games every Tuesday night. I have this one that I run on the first and third Tuesdays of the month. The other one that I run is on the second and the fourth Tuesdays. It's the Tyranny of Dragon campaign. So feel free to follow me here on Twitch. You can watch it live. I do upload all of these to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. I am running a little bit behind because of the charity event. So I think I'm like, I might be a month behind on the episodes. I'll upload them as quickly as I can. But feel free to catch up there. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at TrainerJody. Otherwise, that's all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right?
Bye me.
Bye.
Yeah.